Hi, I'm Wes Ift with Lanz Heating and Cooling.
Wes, just start me off first. What can you help someone with in their home? Just kind of in a nutshell. So that if people don't really understand all you do, just if you could kind of elevator pitch what Lanz can do for people.
Yeah, we can take care of many aspects of your home, whether it be HVAC. Right now, we're looking at heating, summertime cooling, obviously, plumbing fixtures in your house, your water heaters, through that, down through your drain lines, into your sewer, underground piping. Yeah, so we can handle many aspects of your home for you.
And now you mentioned, concentrating on heating and with it being colder in the winter months. I know a big concern is the air quality because you're shutting your home up a little bit and you're probably not getting as much circulation and, quote, fresh air in with the windows open. What can you guys do to help out with people concerned about their indoor air quality?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we are closed up in our homes. The air's drier this time of year, as it gets cold. The air's not holding as much moisture, so our homes do dry out. And there's a lot of things from that perspective that we look at for people and we can address. And we've been able to help a lot of people over the years.
So let's talk about just the dryness. Can you talk about how you can help controlling the humidity in the home and can you get too much humidity in the winter? And is that a thing?
Yeah, absolutely. So first off, most homes are dry enough that a humidifier would benefit them.
Okay.
And things to look for there, whether you have like a scratchy throat, bloody noses, static electricity. You notice your woodwork starting to crack. If you got like musical instruments that are sensitive to moisture. I've had a number of customers over the years that are worried about their instruments and not so much worried about themselves.
Of course.
But I had a customer last week we were quoting a new system for, and she specifically, more important to her than the heat not working in her home was the humidity. She had a lot of custom woodwork in her house, like custom wood tray ceilings, just beautiful. If that house dries out, that's going to start cracking and showing a problem. So there's a lot of people that the humidity's important for themselves, but also for the beauty, keeping their home looking really nice.
Exactly.
The comfort in our homes is highly affected by the humidity level. So yeah, most homes we can install a whole house humidifier, and there's multiple configurations there to meet different ways people's homes are set up. And as far as too much humidity, there is such a thing as too much humidity in the wintertime. If your humidity gets too high, you'll start growing stuff. Your windows will be the first indicator. You'll start to see either moisture or ice forming on your windows. At that point, you want to either, if you got a humidifier, you need to back that away, or you'll start to have growth there, or worst case, rotting. If you have wooden windows or like windowsills will start to get discolored from moisture there. So if you're seeing something like that going on, you should back your humidity away.
So you can't have too much of a good thing in the wintertime. You don't want too much of that.
Right. Yeah. Ideal is between 35 and 50% is usually where most people are comfortable. If you get over 50 too much, you can start having issues. And as the temperature drops outside, you'll probably start to see stuff on your window if you're at 50%. So just the difference in when it's really cold outside.
Gotcha.
Because the humidity level in your house affects how comfortable you are. Like in the summertime, it's a really easy correlation to draw, and the same thing works in the wintertime. The higher the humidity in the home, the more comfortable you feel. So like, say if it's a low humidity, you might have somebody cranking their thermostat up to 73, 74 to feel warm. Or if you throw some humidity in there, they might be feel warm enough at 70 or 71. Same as in the summertime. If you
less
feel
humidity,
that humidity,
you'll feel cooler.
You're more comfortable.
Gotcha,
you feel cooler in the summer. Correct. The transfer of germs is affected by humidity. It's kind of something that we don't really think about. But if you got somebody that's sick or coughing, whatever, and it's a really dry environment, that stuff stays airborne longer.
Oh, okay.
So the more moisture in the environment, those germs are heavier and they fall.
Gotcha.
And it's not going to make it so you're never sick, but it can help shorten the airborne life of that stuff.
Are there other things we should be concerned about with air quality other than just humidity?
So yeah, then the other aspects we look at is filtration. That's your dust, pollen and pet dander, stuff like that, just dust in your home.
Right.
Whether it's coming from outside, coming from inside, whatever might be causing it. If you can capture that and keep it from blowing around, you can never get a house 100% dust free.
Right.
But the more of that you capture, the better off you are. When you look in the sunlight coming in the window and you see the dust particles floating, if there's anything you can do to lessen that, and that can be done through, changing your furnace filter more often.
Is that a pretty common thing people overlook?
It's something that easily gets forgotten. It's out of sight, out of mind. And I know for myself, if there's something that I'm not really in tune with, I don't think about it. And even when I have a problem, I don't necessarily wouldn't tie it to that. But that is the single thing that you can do that will, capture the most dust and dirt, keeping a clean filter in there, but also it's going to help your system run
Gotcha.
better to be able to breathe.
Gotcha.
It's no different than us being able to breathe. We work better when we can breathe.
Funny how that works. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So there's, some filters need changed every month. Some filters have up to, maybe 4 or 6 months, depending on the filtration type and just what that setup is and what the environment is. If you
So
have
maybe a good idea to just put a reminder in your calendar on your phone to, hey, check this before we run into an issue.
Yep, absolutely. And if you have questions based on, hey, what do I have? Do I need to be doing this every month? Is it every 4 months, 6 months?
Right.
Is it a replacement or is it a cleaning? Some filters are like electronic air cleaners need cleaned.
Oh,
There's
okay.
not necessarily a part that gets replaced, but there's a lot of different types of setups there. So if you have questions about that, we could absolutely come out and take care of that. And if we're doing that, that'd be a great time to get your maintenance done.
Okay.
And that would tie in really well with the Lanz Comfort family.
Yeah, could you explain a little bit about the Lanz Comfort family? Because I've heard a lot of things, but I'm sure some people may be hearing this for the first time. So what exactly does that mean?
Yeah, so the Lanz Comfort family, it includes your HVAC maintenances, one on your air conditioner, one on your furnace. So twice a year, we're coming out for that, getting things cleaned up, running, and if there's something going on, talking to you about what that is. And being part of the Comfort family, you get a discount on repairs. If they're needed, you get a discounted dispatch fee and priority service. Next thing it does is on the plumbing side, you get 2 plumbing visits a year as well. So that, we're going to flush your water heater, inspect all your fixtures, your toilets, your drain lines, your sinks, your faucets, everything throughout the home on the plumbing side, and discounts apply on repairs there as well. Last part of that is sewer inspections. Well, it includes a sewer camera inspection, so you can get an idea of what your lines look like. Most people don't know what that pipe that leaves their house and carries everything away, don't know what it looks like until they have a problem. So as a preventative maintenance, we get a camera in that, check that out, and at least then if, hey, I've got a problem coming for me, or hey, everything's great. And then there's also discount on sewer cleaning. If you need cleaned out, there's discounts associated with that as well.
So it's kind of like, as a person, like you get your yearly checkups, you get your regular eye doctor visits, you go to the dentist on a regular basis, and these are things for your house, which you may not even think of in that regard. But if your air isn't healthy, and if your pipes aren't healthy, these things could lead to problems that not just with the house, but with you as well.
Yeah, it could leave you in an uncomfortable situation in maybe more than one way.
Absolutely.
And by doing that, it doesn't eliminate the problems, but hopefully you catch them early and you can get them addressed and get them taken care of on your terms instead of on their terms.
Right. And earlier you mentioned humidity and air filtration, but you also mentioned air purification. And I take it that's different than the air filtration.
Yep. Yeah. So filtration, we're capturing.
Okay.
We're trying to get it out of the air. And then purification is, you got germs flying around. You got viruses, just all kinds of stuff in the winter. It seems like they're thriving. Everybody's passing it around, especially around the holidays. So we've got some systems available that help lessen that. Basically, as it's going through the airstream, as it passes by, we use a lot of UV light.
Okay.
So it's like the sun, when the sun's shining on something outside, you're not going to get growth on it. You're not going to have things causing you problems in that realm. So basically, we use a number of different products, but a lot of them come back to using UV light to kill germs and viruses as they're going past.
Because when you think about it, your air ducts, they're the darkest, most enclosed spaces in your house. And so they're not going to get that naturally.
Right. The sunshine's not getting in your air duct.
Right.
Correct. And that's the other thing. There's a lot of ductwork that would benefit from being cleaned.
Okay.
That's something else that it's not normally on the radar.
Well, like you said, out of sight, out of mind, you're not thinking of those things.
Right. So yeah, if there's a combination of, capturing through filtration, keeping your ductwork clean and making sure that it doesn't have holes in it. There's a lot of ductwork in Champaign-Urbana in crawl spaces and in attics.
Gotcha.
We have a lot of those here. And if you've got something leaking or open in those areas, you might be bringing in some air from an environment that's not the greatest. So just that alone can help, but also then killing viruses and germs and stuff like that as we're going by. And then the other thing that those take care of is odors.
Oh, okay.
They can help odors. I know there's a lot of people have pets in their homes these days. I have a dog that lives in my house. I've got a 90-pound German Shepherd that lives in my house, and I don't like to smell her. Love the dog, but I don't want people walking in the door smelling that dog. Through purification, I know when my stuff at home needs attention, needs a bulb replacement, needs cleaned, because if I walk in the house and I know that dog is there, then I know it needs addressed. I fry bacon for breakfast in the morning. I don't want to walk back in the house at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and smell bacon. And that's where, by having this in there and constantly cleaning the air and deodorizing, it's not that you never would catch a whiff later in the day, but it lessens it a lot.
Gotcha.
So it helps eat some of those odors that, they're good at one point.
Right.
And later they're less desirable.
After they've hung around for about 8 hours, not so
Right.
fun. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. For anyone who has questions about the Lanz Comfort family or any of their air quality issues, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Yeah, you can call us at 217-355-5512, or you can contact us via the chat on our website, lanzinc.com.